What does it do, you two? Scotty back at you with another episode of Scotty Says. And today's installment of As the Basketball Turns. Yeah, man. Tales from the Crypto. Now, when we last left the soap opera at the Palace, known as Staples, formerly known as Staples Center, now known as the Crypto.com Center building, the crypto. When we last left the soap opera at the Crypto, the Lakers had reached a meager 2-game winning streak, and they were looking to capitalize on LeBron James' resurgent play and to equal a season-high 3-game winning streak. So what do I find as game day Wednesday morning broke? But trade rumors swirling all around the purple and gold. What? Media outlets reporting left and right. The Lakers' internal talks about a possible trade, perhaps moving Russ. Oh, Russ. Even more trade rumors about perhaps even moving the rubber band man Robin? No. Could it be? Just a moment, Batman. Thumb ligament problem. And I thought, wow, what a stressful cauldron to have to try to play ball in for Russ, knowing that those trade rumors were circulating over his head. But see, that's the thing about Russ. That's the upside of having no conscience. Don't worry about somebody said this, somebody said that, trade win, schmade win. Russ is just living in the moment, balling on the daily. So, Lakers at Dallas Mavericks without Chubby Luka. Now, Chubby Luka is missing his third straight game due to ankle soreness, and when you're that overweight, yeah, your ankles are gonna feel stressed, Chubby Luka. So, the Dallas Mavericks are shorthanded, but hey, as we know now, that doesn't mean anything with the Lakers. The Lakers could lose to anybody. And what else are we discovering as Wednesday morning breaks? COVID striking still. The worldwide pandemic continues to claim pro-athlete casualties. And so now, both THT and Monk and Dwight Howard all out due to the health and safety protocols. And I'm thinking, OMG. And, really, the first thought I had was maybe now Frankie V will finally let Rondo get a little bit of run. Where's Rondo? That could be the new game in Lakerland. Where's Rondo? Is that him? Oh, no. Oh, is that? No. Oh, that's him with the tracksuit walking around, pacing the sidelines. Come on, Vogelmeister. And this is why the heat is warranted, because to me, I think Rondo has been Montrezled. Yeah, I think the Vogelmeister is pulling the same crappy trick on Rondo that he pulled on Montrez last year. And so the term that I've coined for this is Montrezled. He's Montrezling Rondo. But let's get to the game. And so, without THT in the lineup, Ellington gets the start. And the rubber band man Robin, AD, perhaps here in the trade speculation, is back in the lineup. Just a moment, Batman, my knee. No, I'm good. Let's go. Ready to run. LBJ is energized, motivated, flying through the air with the greatest of ease. He's slam dunking. He's blocking shots. He's hitting tray balls. He's providing that spark, that burst of energy that the team sorely needs and really is lacking when LBJ isn't in the lineup unless we're getting that energy burst from Russ. We don't get it from the energy vampire. Someone missed a defensive rotation. And so I'm feeling pretty good about the start of the game. What I'm seeing from Russ, he's playing composed is the word I want to use. He's under control. He looks to be within himself and playing within the construct of what the team needs. And it's great to see. And so my first thought, slight digression, is leave Russ alone in terms of moving him. Now, you've gone ahead and made this decision to try and win a championship with Russell Westbrook. And you had to know there were going to be some growing pains. I'll put it that way. And so now Russ has, to be sure, he has tried the nerves. He's grayed the hair. He's stressed out people in Laker land with his erratic play, with the turnovers, with the cavalier attitude. But Russ is, you can see he's evolving and he's moving in the right direction. And I hope you've been following my chronicling of the Lakers season this year. And I hope you've been watching these previous episodes of Scotty Says. And again, I'll say here, Russ is making great progress. So at this point, there's no need now to try and double back and flim-flam out of the decision you made. You made a call, you made a decision, Russ was your guy. Run with Russ the rest of the season. So I don't want to hear this, we might have to trade Russ. Leave Russ alone. Let Russ do what Russ needs to do to play within the confines of what is best for the Lakers. And I think you can see that he's trying to do that. Okay? But AD is still floating. Matter of fact, this was one of the worst games I've seen AD play ever as a Laker. He looked befuddled. He looked unenthused. To me, it looks like his confidence has been broken. He was out there doing his usual float on. He was floating, but even less involved and with even less energy. I'd like to take your energy. He seems to be a liability these days. And so I'll admit, when I heard the AD trade rumor, I thought maybe this will shake this kid up, right? And snap him out of it. Or maybe moving off AD is the right way to go long term for the Lakers. I'm not saying necessarily this season, but if this is the best that we're going to get out of AD, and I have some suspicion that it is, then all bets are off. And hey, just as easily as you can move on from Lonzo Ball or Brandon Ingram or Kyle Kuzma, obviously those guys don't have the reputation in the league as Anthony Davis, but the rubber band man Robin can be moved also. And that might be what is called for long term. Because AD is not going to be the heir apparent to lead the team. You can forget that. He is who he is. So while AD floats, Avery Bradley continues to play lockdown D, spectacular D. And I can't help but think, with the players out because of COVID protocols, what earthly reason could Vogelmeister have for not letting Rondo get some run tonight? Meanwhile, Rubber Band Man Robin, wait, Batman, you're going to have to drive because my knee's swelling. He has another dunk blocked. He throws up another air ball. In fact, he had several air balls. He had air balls all night long in Dallas. He missed a dunk attempt and a layup attempt point blank. What's going on? Are you having personal troubles? Is it something outside of basketball? What is up with your mentals? AD. Then, lo and behold, there's a Bazemore sighting. A Bazemore sighting? Well, you got to play Rondo. You're shorthanded. You got Bazemore running around out there. Where's Rondo? I see him, but he's in that warm-up suit just pacing along the sideline. No run. Shorthanded. And true enough, there are 10 Laker turnovers in the first half. And this is what I'm talking about, folks. Rondo would help ameliorate some of those turnovers, some of that sloppy play. The Lakers have a really bad habit of going up big and then losing focus and giving up leads. They do this on a regular basis. Rondo would help to alleviate those lulls, those stretches, especially when LBJ's out of the game, when the Lakers seem lost. Why Frankie V can't see this, I don't understand. And why no one in LA, no one in the media will ask the question I don't understand. Why won't anyone ask? Go back 4 videos on the Lakers. I've been asking this question, why won't you play Rondo? He had such a great outing the last time he played. It's been 4 or 5 DMPs now since then. Why? And now you're shorthanded. Why? And no one seems to ask the question but me. No one in LA, no one. I don't see any of the reporters in the press conference with the Vogelmeister. No one on talk radio. No one at ESPN. No one asked. Why are you not playing Rondo? You keep choking up leads, Frankie V. Don't you see that you have an option sitting there or standing there on your sideline who could help alleviate these problems? Mark Jackson at one point said of Russ in the first half, and I paraphrase, this is the first time I've seen a guy turn the ball over twice in transition and not get called for it. Russ had 2 turnovers on the same drive in transition and got away with with both of the turnovers. I just thought that was funny. But so with Russ and the King leading the way, the Lakers go up 10 after the first quarter, but there's that lull I'm talking about. There's that stretch where the Mavs go on a 15-0 run, and by the time we get to halftime, the Mavs are up 3 going to the third quarter. This is where Rondo would give you that stabilizing force. So, for example, in the first half, the Rubber Band Man Robin has 4 points, 5 rebounds, 5 turnovers. Air balls, block shots, missed dunks, missed layups, just a messy game. Yet, he continues shooting jumpers. And that's the thing. He seems content taking these jumpers from just inside the 3-point line. It takes a lot of them. And it's like, dude, you're really not that great of a shooter to be shooting that far away from the basket when you're in essence a 7-footer Get your ass down in the paint. You need to be in the paint. But AD doesn't have a taste. He doesn't have a taste for that banging down there in the lane. See, he wants to float on out around the perimeter where it's not that physical and you can just shoot fadeaways and then backpedal and play a little D. It's not the recipe for championship basketball, in my humble opinion. And granted, I'm just a guy watching from the couch. So now I see there's really a deal here with Rondo. And I don't know what it is, because every Laker who is available to play, every regular Laker who's still available, who's still dressed and on the roster, has played in this game except Rondo. I don't get it. There's something weird going on, and I just want an answer. Is he injured? Is there a problem? Maybe you two, Vogel and Rondo, you have an understanding, and you've decided, both of you have kind of come to the same agreement that you want to just let him lay back and rest and recover from something. Is that what it is? Or is it that you've Montrezled him? Because Vogel played Montrez heavy minutes in the regular season. We get to the playoffs and he DNPs him. Multiple games. Out of the blue when they need help, when they're going down, when you see they're circling the drain and you're DNPing Montrez. Now here you are. You keep circling the drain with this same pattern of choking up 10, 12, 15, 20-point leads. And during those stretches, when you're choking up those leads, you got a guy with high basketball IQ who could stabilize them, stop the bleeding. You got him sitting on the bench and you won't let him get any run. Why? Why won't anyone in LA media ask that question? So I decided I'm calling the radio today. That's what I need to do. I need to call Sports Talk Radio because I need someone to answer this question for me. Where's Rondo? I'll tell you what happened in a little bit. From the end of the third quarter through the start of the fourth, Dallas goes on yet another run, and the Lakers suffer through yet another lull. And so this time, it's an 11-0 run. I see Rondo again. He's active, engaged, involved from the sideline, but completely dressed in his warm-up suit. Doesn't appear to be coming in the game at all, and he didn't. Spoiler alert. But he's there. I see him, and you could see he's involved. He cares. He's like really the main guy on the bench who's up, standing and walking and pacing and trying to contribute from the bench. What is going on here? So back and forth we go now. More air balls from Anthony Davis. Another air ball from Russell Westbrook. The king contributes an air ball. I mean, there were a lot of air balls. Ellington throws up an air ball. It's a 1-point game with just seconds to play. Bad man Robin, air ball. But Russ with the putback. And then Porzingis with the 3 left, and the Lakers down 3. Ellington, pump fake after the flyby. Twines, string music, and the game is tied, and we're going to overtime. Even in OT, the ugly airballing continued. Russ airballed the 3, which led to transition points for the Mavs. AD, don't shoot it. He passes up the 3 and takes his big ass into the paint. Thank you. Can we get that chip implanted in his head? Keep doing that. And then Ellington showed himself. That spectacular transition D strip to prevent an easy layup, saving 2 points because Dallas didn't cash in on the inbounds. was a massive turning point in overtime, and the Lakers down to a Dallas turnover led to an LBJ slam dunk, and the game is tied with 30 seconds left in the first overtime. And that set the stage for Russ. Oh, Russ. OMG. After watching his putrid shooting performance from three, when I saw him throw up that three-pointer with just seconds left in OT, my first thought was, oh my God, what are you doing? And then it just swished right in. Twine music, nothing but strings, nothing but net. And I'm like, Russ! Oh, Russ! A double pump three from the corner in the most crucial of moments is true. Lakers go up 23 seconds left to play. And then Kleber banks in a three. The lucky bank is open. And you know what happened right there, right? AD, the rubber band man Robin, it was his defensive assignment to stay with Kleber. The man who's always chastising people about missing defensive assignments and blowing defensive rotations. He was tasked to stay with Kleber. And what does AD do? He runs down into the lane, leaving Kleber wide open. He runs down into the lane, the triple team a guy, and Kleber banks in the tying three in overtime. And LBJ looked at rubber band man Robin and said some words to him like, what are you doing? And it's one of the few times when you see the king let Robin know, man, you messed up, dude. And so now we're tied again at 104 this time with 15 seconds left to play. You've seen the highlights of the game-winning shot over and over by now, I'm sure. But it's one of those beautiful highlight reel sequences that'll probably live on in Laker lore for a long, long time. Because Russ, you thought, Russ, what are you doing? Is he going to throw it up? Is he going to try to be the hero? We've seen him fail as the hero before. And then he draws the D in, makes that drive to the lane, kicks it out to Austin Reeves, the rookie, who played the entire fourth quarter and all of overtime. And the rookie, Reeves, who I have lauded here in this space before for his I would say uncanny savvy as a rookie. He plays like a veteran. He plays with the composure of a veteran. And this guy is an undrafted rookie. So the Lakers got something with Austin Reeves. And he splashes it home. And the foul, which was not called. Lakers win. And I hope that we can look back later on this season at this game and say this was one of those turning point moments in the season where the team really began to turn the corner and make that championship push. So I've said that before. And the flip side of that, the other half of that, it took an undrafted free agent rookie to sink a game-winning shot in overtime in order for the Lakers to defeat a Luka-less Dallas Mavericks team. There were multiple places during that game, especially late in the fourth quarter and overtime, where the Lakers could have lost. And yes, there were lucky shots on both sides. The Kleber shot was lucky. Russ's shot was too. And there were bad shots on both sides. And so, in the end, the Lakers have lost some heartbreak games like this that they should have won. So they got this one. And that's the thing. You got to win these games, no matter how you do it, even if it's ugly. Even if it takes some unusual turn of events. You got to get the dub. And they did. Get to the numbers, right? The King, LBJ, had 24 points with 5 assists, and he cooled off considerably down the stretch, especially in the second half. Austin Reeves, the aforementioned hero, 15 points on 5 of 6 shooting from 3. He also had 7 rebounds and, of course, the game-winning shot. And then there's Russ. Russ nearly had a triple-double. He had 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. The rubber band man, Robin, Anthony Davis, had 20 points and 12 rebounds, but he float on. Float on. He floats. And it was really one of the more dismal games I've seen AD play. And I think there's something going on in his head for sure. He hears all the chatter about him not having a low motor, low energy, not, having the alpha spirit, not having that dog drive. He hears all that. And I think he wants to be able to respond to that with his play. And yet it's not happening. And I think it's snowballing on him. You take it as a good win. It was definitely an exciting game. And I made up my mind come this morning, the day after, I was going to contact sports radio because I need to know, where's Rondo? And then the news broke this morning. COVID protocols strike again. This time, Russ and Avery Bradley both claimed and now in health and safety protocol. First thought I had was, how could the others on the squad not be infected? If you watch the celebration with Austin Reeves' game-winning shot, with Russ and Avery and everyone jumping and yelling and hugging and so jubilant with each other, how could the whole team not have been exposed? So I'm afraid there's more COVID drama to unfold. But that did not deter me from wanting to know, where's Rondo? And so this brings me to my commentary about Los Angeles sports radio. It stinks, okay? I'm not sure when it happened, but there has taken place a feminization of LA sports talk radio. It's sad. It's really, really sad. We here in Los Angeles have a great football team, the LA Rams, and a decent team, the Chargers. We have a great story with Los Angeles Lakers basketball, and the Clips are here too. The Dodgers have been winning, right? And you've got Ohtani with the Angels doing unheard of things in the game. And so with all the sports stories, you got USC fight on, with all the sports to discuss and to talk about. Why, when I turn on 710 ESPN radio, why do I have to hear about holiday sweaters and vegan cupcakes? And I don't mean a segment. I mean hours of it. That's what they talk about now. Listen, there should be a talk station for sweaters and for gay stuff, and there should be a station for vegan cupcakes and a station for bathrobes, all of it. But I don't want to tune into that station. I want to talk about the Lakers. I want to talk about the Rams. Okay? I want to talk Sports, ESPN, ESPN. Then isn't sports somewhere in there? Sports. What has happened here? So, for about 3 hours in the afternoon, there's no phone calls, no callers, no calls being taken from the public. We just got to listen to where can I get vegan cupcakes, and what about holiday sweaters, and what type of bathrobe do you like? And I used to listen to this Christmas song when I was a kid, and though the Spanish Christmas songs are really great. You're killing me. So I couldn't even call the radio unless I was going to get on topic and talk about, I guess I could have said I have a question about bathrobes. I want to make a comment about vegan cupcakes, and then start talking about where's Rondo. They probably would have clicked me off. All right, you're off topic. We're talking cupcakes. Click. It's disgusting. Stop it. Bring back sports talk radio for real sports people. At least give us one channel. I tried the other channel. They're rambling about some other nonsense. It's like LA sports talk radio has become about everything except sports. They give you a little bit of a sports tease, and then it's on to cupcakes. And so I still haven't been able to get anyone to answer the one simple question I have. Why won't Frankie V, the Vogelmeister, play Rajon Rondo? Why? And COVID continues to run rampant. This Omicron variant, by all accounts, is the most virulent one yet. So be careful out there. That's what I'm thinking. See, a lot of this in sports might be the Thanksgiving effect, the holiday effect. People say, hey, I've been trying to do the best I could, but I got to see the family and the kids. If you got kids, how are you going to avoid it? Or it could be just a party club, the stripper club effect. I don't know. But what I do know is that we are still in the midst of a global pandemic. And folks, be careful out there. Get vaccinated, do the best you can. Wear your mask, do the best you can. Stay away from folks. Do the best you can. And you best believe we will continue to monitor the goings on at the Palace, downtown LA, formerly known as Staples Center, now the Crypto. Will the Lakers be able to get to a season-high 4-game winning streak? Will COVID continue to wreak havoc on professional sports in general and the Lakers in particular? Will the rubber band man Robin regain his confidence? Will COVID run through the Laker ranks? And where's Rondo? These and other questions we will attempt to answer in the days to come on the next episode of As the Basketball Turns. Yeah, man, purple and gold style. Throw me one of these. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys thinking. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And until next time, my folks, Scotty says, one love.